We are. Hey everyone, and welcome to another Who's That Anime?
For ghost stories.
Ghost Stories.
It's,
Jesus.
Jesus is featured prominently. Yeah, he's almost a recurring character at this point, you might say.
Well, get referenced.
Yeah, he's like sort of like George's wife in Cheers. You know, there's constant mention that his wife's going to be really upset that he's there, um, but we never see George's wife. So I'm not implying. Well, no, maybe I am implying that Jesus is not real either. But anyway, Jesus is mentioned a lot, so therefore is an incidental character in the ghost stories canon.
I suppose. In the dubbed version, anyway.
Yes, I'd actually be very curious to read the script of the original. Uh, I feel like we've entered a very odd world with this dub. It's very unique.
Yes, certainly episodes. So we're on to episodes 5 to 8 this week? 5 to 9?
Yes.
5 to 8.
We are on episodes 5 to 8. And the first of those 5 episodes is called The Bloody Sports Festival. Dato.
Yeah.
Is Dato's the name of the ghost, right? I can't remember if that's the case or not.
Yeah, I just watched it again. It is Dato.
That's fine. I
Although
must admit,
I keep thinking the same Gato.
like as in a black forest.
As in the cake and the dessert, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, were you hungry at the time you were watching it, or?
No, no, it's just like I say, it's like that pajama thing I was talking about earlier in the
Yes.
fourth episode, when the kid goes, "Ah, pajamas are gay,"
This bit.
Because his pajamas are gay.
but it sounds like pajamas. Pajamas are gay. I was like, what?
His pajamas are gay. That's
Yeah.
unfortunate. I will say that I think when we talked about the previous episodes, I've forgotten to mention the intro every single time, because I haven't found it interesting or scary in the slightest.
Oh,
I think maybe with the exception of the episode 4, Requiem from the Dead, which was not too bad. But this one, I think, has a pretty effective intro.
all right. Oh, you're talking about
So,
the wee bit before the intro.
yep, the little kind of
Okay.
hint at what the ghost is going to be this week.
Cedar. Well, to be fair, at least in episode 2, the intro to that was just a couple of guys working away.
That's
You
true.
move it.
Well,
Get the move on you.
a guy did get sucked into a porta potty by a demon
Oh, yeah.
claw. You'd have
Yeah,
thought I
that's
would have
right.
remembered that, and I didn't. I
Yeah.
didn't remember that. But this one hints at sort of is it like it's someone out for a run in the evening, and they just slowly hear like these footsteps closing in on them, and then is it like a green glow around the person that's coming out of the darkness?
Yeah, green glow with the shadowy figure, yeah.
Yeah, there's very little spoken. I think I seem to maybe think that the person was kind of talking to themselves a little bit in their head, but then it's basically just like that person getting closer and closer until scream, and then really bad theme song.
Yeah, definitely didn't actually. They didn't speak too much in this at the start. Um, they did, however, kind of just have that plunking footsteps, clop, clop, clop footsteps. Like they're on like tarmac.
Yes.
It's not the sound of footsteps on tarmac unless you're a horse.
Yeah, I mean,
interesting
we
enough.
didn't know it wasn't a horse to start with, but yeah, it's true. Like, I suppose where we're going, and within the next 5 seconds, sort of throws that out. It's clearly not even a centaur. It's just a person.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Alright, so then you go into the musical intro with
Of
the
course.
summary something, summary something something.
So, yeah,
Are you this person?
I don't even pretend to. I skip the intro as quickly as possible after having heard it the first couple of times. It's real bad.
Well, just watch that music video for it.
I mean, to be
Impress.
fair, I imagine it could be pretty bad. I
Yeah.
imagine it could be pretty bad. But we then sort of go to our main story, which is essentially that Kichiro is going to be racing in a sports day. They're like training him to run faster.
Yeah, it kind of starts off weird where somehow there's kids are bullying them or something,
Oh, that's right.
and
That's
they're doing
right.
the moral support, and it's like you need to be
The moral
what?
support. Yeah, the moral support was like, at least it was. I think it's like some point someone was like, well, at least it was just your money, or something, something to that effect. And it's like, oh, that's yep. Keep your chin up. At
At
least
least
you're
it's
just
your yeah.
yeah. At least it's just your money. But yeah, there. I forgot about that, but it's the idea of him like running in the sports day is going to make him look stronger as a person.
Yeah, he's. I keep referencing a lot of celebrities at that point. Should be like,
They do.
what's her name? Against the paparazzi. Can't remember who it was.
Shit. Who was it? I
Don't
forgot
know.
about it. There are a lot of weird references over the next few episodes. Like,
Yeah,
there's one in particular. I wish I could remember which episode it's from, but wow, is it bizarre? Might be this one.
maybe.
It's the
This.
it's the bit where like they're talking about Scott Stapp from Creed.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, mate.
it's I don't remember which episode it's from, but like that is dating this dub to that period of time pretty accurately.
Yeah, and then they're also
It's so
talking about
weird.
Paris Hilton being an actress, and then they go, "No
That's
way."
right. I forgot about that as well. Who was it that beat up the press? Oh shit! Madonna is the only one I can think of, but I don't know if it was Madonna.
No, it wasn't Madonna.
They're doing a lot of weird referencing now in this dub. I've kind of come to a realization that I think that the dub for this anime is a little bit like their attempt at doing a mystery science theater thing, but rather than it being an alternate track, it's the track.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like there are so many odd references. Yes. Anyway, so yeah, they end up basically kind of badgering him into run faster, and he's like, oh, he's kind of slow. He's not doing so great. But then another kid ends up on the track, and Kichiro tries to kind of keep up with them.
Yeah.
And they start to notice his time is improving
Yeah.
as he's running with this kid.
You also seem to have skipped over the most prominent part of the boosting his morale and making him try and run faster. With
Okay.
what's his name, Chance. Should
Oh,
probably not repeat on this on here.
I forgot about those sort of I don't know, but I've been told style chants that Hajime goes ahead with. I feel like I maybe cut those from my head.
That's probably a good reason. It's like
Yes.
one about being something, 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 not getting raped.
That's
comment.
right. Oh, God, that's right.
And
That's
then
right.
And then another one was about basically claiming to try and boost his speed by saying, "Think of the big black man chasing you.
Yes! Oh God, what is this show? What are they
No.
doing?
I mean,
Like-
highly racist. And then
It's
at the
like,
end of the
well, yeah,
episode,
no,
it's-
because that's right. He says, well, in fact, it's counterpoints that. He goes, think of a big black man chasing you. And he goes, well, he's not getting any faster. Well, at least he's not racist.
yeah,
It's what they say. I forgot. Good Lord.
yes, this show
I-
is.
I definitely trim a lot of this from my brain.
That's a good reason, I think. 'Cause,
Oh, God.
I think this is probably the most racist episode that we've watched so far.
It definitely has more elements where race is brought into question. There's definitely a lot of Jewish jokes later on.
Oh yeah, but the kid's Jewish apparently.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the fact that there's not a black person there for them to be racist towards doesn't make it less or more racist.
No.
Well, I mean, maybe
no.
you could argue from a representation standpoint that maybe it makes it more racist, but yeah, it's shall we say problematic at best.
Yes, episode 5 is problematic at best. Most of the episodes are problematic at best.
Agreed.
Uh,
Agreed.
Yeah, so the kid appears, the pale kid that apparently, what's her name? Main character lady, girl,
Sasuke.
likes his
Oh yeah,
butt,
she likes his ass. Yeah,
and the
that comes
Christian
up
one,
a lot.
yeah, and the Christian one goes, "Oh, don't let lust into your heart." Oh Jesus, you're right.
Yes. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. It's something. It is something.
Yeah.
But then Ghost Boy, well, Pale Runner kind of just runs off into the
Yeah.
distance and disappears basically.
Yep.
And I believe it's sort of this episode very much just I'm missing a lot of the parts that don't matter, I guess is what I'm saying, but my next memory is sort of the idea that Kishiro's sort of no, he's like pretty good. He's getting there, running wise.
Yeah.
Preparing for that sports day.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's now does somebody else get, because that of course that person has disappeared
Mm-hmm.
at the start of the episode, so they know there's some funny
Yes.
business going on. I can't remember who that person is, or if they're related to the school in any way, or they
Oh,
were just a
what,
kid that went to the school.
What, the one at the start? The very start?
Yeah.
It was just some random. It was never mentioned again.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember how they sort of figure out that bad shit's about to go down.
So basically after that, they go home, and then I think that's the next day at school, and it's like the PE class goes, and the teacher goes, "Right, let's go and get this underwhelming equipment out of the store." And they
Yep.
go into the store, and then they go like, "Oh, look at these flags, they're pretty," type thing, and stuff like that. And one kid goes, "Oh, what's that on the ground?" And it's like, "What's what?" And then all the equipment starts strangling them all.
That's
Like the
right.
flags strangles all the kids, and something else strangles it, and someone gets, and there's a big sickle on the ground.
Yep.
And I think they all die.
Did they
I
die?
think, I think they certainly.
Is this a Kutabe situation again, where he gets crushed by lights and then you're just, or crushed by the basketball hoop and then you're just, it's like, yeah, he's fine, maybe. I don't know. Never mentioned again, though.
Pretty much, yeah. Except from that, they break the fourth wall, or the third wall, as they call it in the episode. By Ryan, the guy goes, "Oh my god, my lips are moving so fast, it's unbelievable," type thing. And then he goes to Hajime and goes, "You hear about the Forest Festival?" And Hajime goes, Yes, this episode's all about the Ports Festival. And then, all right, well, stop breaking the third wall, and it's been cancelled.
This
Like,
is
oh no!
this is where it gets mental for me, and this is where the level of self-awareness that I don't understand that they got away with became a thing. Because this will now be a running theme throughout. In fact, there's like a literal reference to where someone says, "Is like, oh, didn't we do that in the last episode?" or something like that. And it's just like, yeah, this is becoming more of a thing, I think, for the characters.
Yeah.
They're well aware how bullshit this is.
Well, they do reference that they keep going back to the old school for some reason.
As we've mentioned many a time.
Yeah.
But then, of course,
So,
they were going to cancel the sports day. But
mhm.
then Sasuke convinces them to go ahead with the sports day.
That and Hajime, they went in to the principal's office straight after that, and went,
Yep.
"Yo, you can't cancel it. I've given up so much of my time." Is what he was referring to, but he does refer to as monkey spanking and Halo playing. Once again, a reference
Yes.
of the times.
Yes. Monkey spanking and Halo playing.
Yeah.
Good times.
And it's all for the brother. So then,
Yeah.
principal was like, "Yeah, okay." But like, he was like, "No, we're not doing it anymore because every year someone gets hurt type thing," and then reference something. Was it blindfold javelin throwing or something like that? Was
So
a bad idea.
yes, it was. Here's my question though.
Mhm.
So let's do the sports day. Oh, now something else has happened. Maybe we shouldn't do the sports day. It's like, oh, but please do it. No, I don't want to do it because every year something bad happens. So wait, every year something bad happens, and then you do the sports day anyway. But only
Yeah.
now because a bunch of kids got choked out trying to deal with some equipment. You're like, it's like it's not specifically because of that. It's more that when we do it, bad things happen. Beforehand, maybe some bad stuff happens, like the kids getting choked out. That definitely happened. But that's more bringing into focus my thought that maybe it's a bad idea to do the sports day in general because every time we do it, something bad happens. So
Yeah.
they just don't have any foresight to cancel this for some reason well in
No.
advance of kids getting choked out. Like, let's go and get the equipment for the sports day. Oh no, wait, we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that because we're going to cancel it because we don't do sports day anymore because those kids died playing blind javelin or whatever the hell they did, or I don't know, like shot put out a cannon or like the long jump over a fire pit. I don't know, whatever the hell they're doing. High jump
Yeah.
onto a bunch of needles.
Yeah. Exactly. So I don't know. They could easily just went, let's not bother. It's too much money and time. He's obviously got moaned at by certain people because he does make that reference later in the show, and they go like, "You got to cancel it again."
Yeah, that's right. It's like you made me put this bullshit back on. So like we're doing it now. Like I don't care. I don't care who gets hurt. We're doing this damn sports day. Now you've taken up too much of my time with monkey spanking and Halo or whatever the fuck. Just do the damn sports day.
Pretty much. So yeah, so then it cuts back. They go and ask the cat. It's like, "Oh, it was you that did all that shit because that's the yeah." And he was like, "No, that's it's not me." So
No.
she goes looks up the book and finds out about that ghost. So it's like, ah, this ghost, like this guy. It looks like a bull with a
Yeah.
sigh, and she refers it to some bourbon mascot or something.
Yeah. And then they kind of put it together that the ghost that they think they've seen might be that.
Yeah, like
It seems
no, that
likely.
doesn't. Yeah, that seems suspicious. Well, what gave it away is pale, uh, see-through stature. Bleak.
Yep.
They've put in some fancy word I can't remember. with red eyes. Yeah, and they're like, oh no, and then it's like oddly suspicious that they know that he's going to kill a runner in the fourth lane at 440.
At 4:44 in the fourth lane on the final turn of the race. And it's like, no, we're not going to kill them. No. We're going to cut their fucking feet off.
Yeah, he's going to steal the feet.
I'm the Grim Reaper of feet. Give me them feet.
Yeah,
Just
and then the episode
super.
ends almost as badly as that. Anyway,
Oh, yes, I think we'll get to that. Like, I think there's something nice about this episode, but we'll get to that.
yeah. Oh, and also reference that the injuries happened that morning, even though it's been a whole day. Like they went to home, came back.
Yes, it
So-
has been odd, and of course, yeah, the sports day was then going to happen, and they were like, oh, it's fine, it's going to end at 2:30, so there's going to be no races at 4:44, so we got nothing to worry about. And then the rain comes on and causes them to need to postpone it. At
Yeah.
which point they try to cancel it, but they're told to fuck off because they've already put too much effort into not cancelling it, to not do it. So who cares who gets injured? Let's just do it.
But the hurricane.
But the hurricane that then just clears up majestically, like properly, like just it's like brilliant.
but-
All of a sudden, beaming sunshine, no wind at all, amazing.
Yeah, it's just the
Quality.
line that she comes away with, like, hang on, wait a minute. But this hurricane, it's just a rainstorm. Like,
Yeah,
what? That's the most random shit ever.
but it's even better at the fact that she's trying to over-egg it so badly. Like, just it's like, but you know, this really terrible storm that then just there's nothing. It's just gorgeous sunshine and no wind.
Yeah.
It's like, this is not the eye of the storm. Please get back out. Do your running thing for the love of God. And I love the fact that they, you know, like, of course they know that Keiichiro is going to be running in the fourth lane. And it's like, well,
Yeah.
like, just fucking don't put him in the fourth lane. Like, just get some other kid to have their legs chopped off and figure that out. Like, who cares? like, it's like, yeah, he's going to be running against a bunch of kids he probably doesn't like that much. Get him to switch lanes with one of them. It wouldn't be that hard.
I think no one likes him. Oh, he did have that heart with the ghost,
He did.
where the
Yeah.
ghost tells him his the backstory why he does it. It's like,
Yes.
I used to have a kid, a friend of mine used to run, and then he got hit by a car. Bam!
That's right. Oh my god. The best bit of dubbing ever. Where it's like, screeching car, and then BAM!
Yeah. Oh.
I need to get that. I need to get that in a sound effect drop. I couldn't find it. I'll need to just take it directly from the episode. Oh god, that is it. Like, I burst out laughing at that point and had to stop the episode while I caught up. It's just too good. It's too good. But yeah, of course, I assume we think that he's talking about him and not a friend. Quote.
Yeah, he's talking about that. I had this friend, he's got this issue
Yeah.
type reference.
Yep. And he couldn't run for shit. He was super slow. And even when he tried to run, he got blisters all over his feet. And he sucked, and then he got hit by a car. Bam. Then he died.
Yeah, on
Or
the
was it
morning
no, it was
of-
just when he was getting good.
Yeah, and it's on the morning of the sports festival. He got hit.
Yep. He got hit by a car. Bam.
Yep. Anyway, so that was like for all the sports festival.
Yep.
And then so they see the ghost. She sees the ghost as her kid brother is about to start the race, and follows him into the locker room. Not the locker room, the storage room
Yep.
hut. And they all follow him to there, and then the ghost locks them in, and they go like, "Well, why you do that?" And it's like, "Well, I just need you out of the way." Straight
Duh.
up, just
It's like, I
And
have
they're-
I have feet to cut off.
yeah. And it's like, all right, good point.
Very accepting of that answer.
Well, you know, it's once it's stated, I think we can't really argue.
Well, I mean, no, not really.
But the time's still short because going by their watch, it's like 3 o'clock,
Yep.
and it's still finished at 3:30. So it wasn't going to be 4:20, 4:40 when it happens. But the cat appears in the window.
Yep.
Conveniently and goes, "Got the time?"
How
Yeah,
witty.
and then looks at the clock in the old school building, and they're like, "Oh fuck, it's not the old school building."
Because of course they're following that clock.
Yeah,
Of course. Because you know the old school building, they had a different time. It's a different time zone, just around there.
yeah, somehow. Well, I
Yeah.
mean,
Because why not?
why not?
Yeah.
So they break out the hut, and the kid's running, and he's got to the fourth corner, and you see like the ghost runner next to him, and a big sigh at his feet, just about to lull them off as he goes round the
Yeah.
corner, and then the ghost chants, "I hate running, I hate runners, I hate runners," type thing, and then for whatever reason, no other reason, I didn't see a reason why this like actually no, I'm not going to do it, and I'm going to like fight the sigh and we'll take it up
Yep.
to heaven.
I think, if I'm taking this correctly, the heart to heart with Kichiro made him realize that he didn't have to hurt other runners just because he got hurt.
It's possibly the moral of that one, yeah, but like
I mean,
still,
maybe. I mean, I'm already injecting far more thought into it than the writers did. So,
they put quite a lot of thought into it, I think.
I mean, maybe. I feel like
All the
this one
wrong
was
thought.
maybe written over a pizza.
Yeah, maybe that's probably it. Oh, and they can do this. On
Yeah.
it's time for a fourth wall break.
Yes. Someone's going to comment on a ghost kid's ass. That has to happen. Yep. Tick the box. But
Yeah,
so yeah, he like full on gets in the way of the blade and shoots up into the sky. More input, and you know, of course, like I think in the process, kind of like ends his time on Earth
yeah,
as such. And then more importantly, Kichiro wins the race.
it does. Comes first.
He does. And then, of course, they all get let out of their the storage room to
Oh
find that.
no, they break out
Sorry.
just for that. They break out for
Yeah. Oh
that.
yeah. Yeah. But they find that he's won the race, and you know, Ghost's gone, and
Yeah,
yeah, life is good.
yep. Yeah. So they're walking home,
Yep.
and Kachiro also tells them the story of what happened to the ghost. Is like he got hit by a car, and then they make some another racist remark.
I don't remember this one. Go on.
It was referring to, I think it was old Chinese men drivers.
Yeah, you're right. Yep, that's right. Yep.
And I was like,
Yep.
what?
They do absolutely say that. It's like, yep, that'll happen.
Yeah, and
These
then
old
they
Chinese
didn't
drivers.
didn't retort. They didn't come back from that one.
No,
Didn't
no, they
have
just
like
let that
a
one sit.
yeah. This oh
But of course, then Kichiro decides to share his medal
mhm.
or his pin medal with the ghost and throws it up into the sky. And they're like, "Oh, you know, that's sad." And he's like, "Ah, it's okay." It kept like poking my nipple or something like that. Is the line they go out on in this episode?
Yeah. Well, actually, a little bitch is the line they go out in this episode
That's right.
because the
That's
whole
right.
point of this episode is to make them tough and be not a
Yep.
little bitch. But at the end, they still say that he's still a
They
little
drag him
bitch.
down.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, how do you rate this one?
Well, it's fairly racist.
It's pretty racist.
I'll go with a 3.
Okay. I am
Up.
going to go with a 4. Giving it an extra point because it had a genuinely pretty good intro, I think, for once.
Alright, yeah, and then the horror
And
aspect, yeah.
yeah, and Kichiro kind of succeeded to a degree, which was kind of nice, rather than just shitting all over that character constantly.
Yeah, he didn't once break into blah 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 blah.
Nope, he
In that
stayed
whole episode.
relatively strong throughout.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's cool.
episode 6. The demon's hand splits the door. Night of tragedy.
Yes. So the intro in this one,
Yep.
just watched. There was a kid sitting on a couch eating
Yep.
crisps, watching a show where they talk about it was that man, not that man. Yes, that man.
That man.
I thought he was
Yep.
dead. No, that
No.
man came back to life. It's like Jesus Christ. And then he goes. Then he goes down to the door, and the lights go out.
Yep.
And the ghost gets up.
And it's basically the door is ajar, and it looks like a Grim Reaper-y type.
Yeah, another
ghost.
Gerber type. Which
Yeah.
is kind of what happened last episode. But no, the door is locked. He opened the door for the ghost because it pretended to be his mother. I was like, oh yeah, it's my mom. The pastor usually keeps her longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I assume it's probably not.
Yeah.
Not such a nice reference. Going by this anime, I mean, it could easily mean that that she just kept back at the church a lot, doing other things.
Yep.
But
I mean, that's absolutely not what is meant by that reference.
No.
Like, it's not. It's really not.
It's not.
The implication is quite clear through historic content.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm trying to remember this. This is one sort of like basically Momoko and that they're all wanting to they want to do a guys' night. Is that what it is?
No. So they told the story about the kid getting done in by the ghost. It's like, oh, he was alone, and it's happened to all these kids alone. They're oh crap, our dad's out to do something. I can't remember. He's off to do something tonight, and they're getting a bit scared.
Yeah.
And Hajime's parents are also out to do something.
Yeah.
In fact, all the parents are out to do something.
Presumably with the pastor.
Yeah, and then there was a comment about how Jews can't repent.
Yes, there is.
It's like no matter how much they go to the synagogue and pray, they'll never relent. Something like that, Jesus.
Yep.
It's horrible.
Strong Christian message, apparently.
Very. Anyway, so Sasuke? What's her name? Not
Yeah.
Sasuke.
Sasuke's the lead character.
Yeah. Invites Christian girl over.
Momoko.
Over because she doesn't want to be alone.
I think it's Momoko? Is it Momoko?
Yeah, it's Momoko.
I'm making that up now. Yeah.
Momoko.
Yeah.
And then Hajime invites Cat Thingy over. The kid, the son for a guy's night.
Yeah, that's right.
They're going to get hookers.
And I think they end up playing video games, though, right? That's the hookers they get.
Yeah. Well, they're playing video games in that one, yeah.
Grand Theft Auto is mentioned several times.
Yes.
Might not be in this one, actually. Might be in the next one.
No, it was in this one.
It was in this one. Okay, that's fine.
And also, I think in the next one, like Grand Theft Auto, apparently. Yeah, so that's happened, and around, and Christian girls like setting up a Baptist bath for her, and said she'll hold her Sasuke underwater until she comes up in tongues.
Yep. It's really important to baptize your friends. So.
And I don't know, make some comments about sinners and how even she's in fifth grade that she'll still have quite a lot of sins to go through. And then the cat walks in and slags him off and saying, "Oh, look, you're going to die," type thing.
Yep. Good old Amanajaku just coming in off the cuff and making everyone feel terrible about themselves.
Yep. Oh, you got called something in the last episode where you appeared at the window. Jerk off, I think he got called.
That could be right.
Jerk off, something like that. Anyway, and then they hear a banging at the door. I think it's Hajime comes across because he's just the next door neighbor.
Yes, he's literally just across the way.
Yeah, leaving the little brother all alone in the house. When they know there's a ghost out there, it comes to people who learn alone in a house.
It sort of beggars belief that it's that like that's a whole other level of stupid. Because not only are they probably the only ones that are really aware of the rules of this ghost, they're the only ones that break it knowingly.
Very much so, yeah.
Sigh.
Yeah.
Because he comes over and Momoko and Sasuke are like cooking something, I think.
Yeah, they're cooking some food. You got hungry,
Yes.
so you came over.
Yeah, that's right.
Leaving the kid to play Grand Theft Auto on his own. And there was reference to Cooker at that point.
Yeah.
Leo, isn't it?
Yep.
He is actually trying to get a hooker. He has a telephone conversation with the hooker. Well, that's what they're making out in this. Well, I don't think it is in Japanese. It's like, uncut. And the hooker goes, "What do you mean?" It's like, "I'm Jewish."
Yeah. Nothing like a good circumcision joke to make sure we know the character's Jewish, right?
Well, it's pretty constant throughout the whole 5 episodes so far.
Because he's also 6 foot, brown eyes, athletic build.
Yeah, he did describe himself. Yeah.
He did describe not himself to try and seem attractive, yeah.
Yeah.
As you would, I suppose, as a child trying to order a hooker.
Yep. Yeah. And then you get cut to like the hooker who goes, "Huh, I still don't understand that reference." Uncut.
It's just I don't get it. I don't get why the innocence on that side, unless it's like a reference to the fact that that conversation doesn't exist like that in the original show.
Something like that. I think she then gets killed by the ghost. I think the ghost appears at hers. And then, going by what I remember, the ghost starts coming for Leo.
He does, yeah.
He goes, "Oh, that must be her." And then he opens the door, like, "Wait, you're not as you don't look like what you look like in your picture."
That's right.
And then he goes,
"Oh
wait, you're the ghost." He's like the ghost person of
yep.
He's like
the head psychical researcher at the school. For some reason, they have that position.
He's just made it up.
I mean, he has clearly. Yeah. I hope.
Yeah. And then so he runs. He escapes the ghost and runs for it. Runs past Momoko hysterically, and she just keeps walking. Goes, "Hey, Leo!" And he runs away. Ah! And then she keeps going because she's left to get some ingredients or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or she needs to take an awful long time for her to get them,
She does.
like the entire episode.
Yep.
That's the last you see of her. Um,
It's because why wouldn't the ghost go after her at that point? Because she's alone.
yes. I don't know. Don't know. Well, you'll find out.
Yeah.
So he runs to Sasuke's house.
Yes. Or does he run to Hajime's house and then finds that it's only Keiichiro there?
No, I think he ran straight to
He-
Sasuke's house.
Okay.
I think. Because Chihiro's left in the house all alone. They're like, oh shit, we better go and get him.
That's right.
And then so the ghost starts attacking them, and then they sneaked out the back. Go to get Kichiro, I think.
Yeah.
And then they run to the old schoolhouse.
They all end up together.
Yeah. And do they end up in the schoolhouse in that episode?
No, from memory they excuse me, I seem to be dying here a little bit. From memory, they end up in they stay in Sasuke's place, I'm sure, because it's the dad that comes in at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So I think their plan is to try and because they find out that the ghost tries to attack and then disappears because of water.
Yeah. Since water takes it away, yeah.
And then they plan to sort of home alone themselves and like fill a bath or something like that, and then hide up in the bathroom upstairs.
Yeah. And then,
Um,
and then the ghost attacks them in the bath
yeah,
and disappears. And they're like, yeah, we defeated the ghost.
yeah,
And then the cat
but
comes
no.
along. No, you haven't.
Yep. That's not how this ghost works.
It works off fear.
Yep. Turns out. Oh, in fact, did they not make reference to the fact that Momoko's not afraid, and that's why it doesn't attack her? Because
Yeah.
that could be. Yeah, I think that might be the reasoning there. So, yeah, he can't. Obviously, like adults won't see the ghost, and yeah, braver kids like Momoko won't see the ghost either because they're too brave.
Yeah.
But the group of chicken shits that are in the house right now are seeing the ghost.
Yes. Yeah, and then the dad comes home and it
And it just
disappears.
disappears. Yep. And that's pretty much the end of the episode, right?
I think so, yeah. I don't think they do anything to stop it coming back.
Yeah. So the ghost is still there.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of a nothing episode.
I think it was just a ghost. It wasn't in the book.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't in the book. That's fair.
That's
How would you rate it?
That one? I think maybe I'll go with a 4. Wasn't so racist.
I think we're going to switch around here. I'm going to give it a 3. It was just boring for me. I didn't really find it particularly interesting.
Nah.
I mean, I guess it's sort of in a similar way to the toilet one, where that was really dull. Yeah, it just wasn't great. Episode 7, The Soul Stealing Mirror, Utsushimi.
Oh yeah.
This is This is to do with the old school building, of course.
Yeah.
And it's basically, I'm trying to remember, this happens, does this happen with one of the teachers or something at the start?
Teacher. I think it's just a.
I thought it was
Jan-
someone affiliated with the school.
I thought it was a janitor.
Is it a
He's going
janitor?
He's going to check something in there. A leak.
It is the janitor, because there's a reference to that bit after when the kids are when Leo's trying to tell a story badly.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is telling the story again.
But this intro, the intro to the episode's okay, because it's I think as it goes, like, it's genuinely a bit creepy.
Yeah.
Because he sees his reflection in the mirror, and then of course the mirror is its own thing, the reflection in the mirror, and then it sort of trades places with them. It's quite a common trope, I think, in general, in sort of horror, but I always like it when it's done. So this is no exception. I think it does a relatively good job right at the start of making it seem at least interesting. I was definitely interested in this episode. So yeah, after the intro, I think it's Leo trying to very ineffectively tell the story about what happened to the janitor and the fact that he's disappeared and never came back. But then the janitor's like right there, right next to the kids, being like, "School's over, leave."
Yeah, that is true. It's
like,
well, that's
God,
the whole
Leo
point.
sucks at Leo sucks at telling stories.
I think they probably referenced that. So then Leo goes back home,
He does, yeah.
finds his mum playing Grand Theft Auto.
And then just the weirdest dubbing choice maybe ever.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I'm not conflating this with the next one, but does she not invite her son to come and rub her nipples?
Yes, that's why she's on the phone. So
Is that?
she's
I thought that was when she was in front of the TV.
oh maybe it was. She was partly playing Grand Theft Auto, but it was basically static.
But
on
it's
the
static.
TV.
Yeah. And she's like, "Oh, come over here and play with my nipples." It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What the fuck is happening in this house? Like, what is, like, why? Why would that even be in your mind as a choice for a sentence?
I don't know. Nipples seem to be a thing in the last couple of episodes.
They do. What with, him piercing his nipple with the badge he was wearing, and yeah. Something going on here.
Putting the nipple the nipple references in there now. So he then apparently phones Sasuke about her mum. She's been all weird and all that, and then she's playing Grand Theft Auto, and then they make a reference to, "Oh, how good's her score?" And he goes, "Oh, I think it was pretty good." And it's like,
it's a static screen.
You guys, yeah.
How can the score be good?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so silly. It's so silly.
Yep.
But then, of course, she doesn't believe him that anything's wrong.
Yeah. And then he gets captured.
And it's...
Do we see that?
That's pretty... Sorry?
Do we actually get to see that?
I'm pretty sure we do, because he looks into the mirror, I'm pretty sure, and we see that sort of weird distorted reflection coming out. It's yeah. And then, of course, he's gone. But then this Satsuki, does she not get in touch with Hajime or something like that to say, is like, Leo's being weird. And then the next day at school, he's just there.
Yeah. Oh no, they go over. And he
Oh,
just
and he's
says,
there.
"Oh," yeah, and he tells him, "No, we're all right. Go away," type thing,
Yep.
without opening the door. I think.
Yes. The next day at school, he is there, and of course, this time Hajime notices something that when he turns around, he's like, I'm not the most observant always, but I'm pretty sure the writing on your back is backwards. It's like, you figured it out, have you?
No, that's way later in the episode.
Is it? That feels like that's basically the next scene to me.
Well, except from he converted a hell of a lot more people. The whole townspeople by then, like in the next 5 minutes, is all basically zombified, and they're after them.
Yeah,
Even
okay.
the dad, and they
Yep.
all wear glasses now.
They do. The glasses are not specific. The eyes that are attached to the glasses are not specifically attached to the face. Maybe.
Yeah. So it's the kid brother. He comes in, sees kid brother, and says, "Oh wait, you don't wear glasses."
That's
And
right.
then
Yep.
he takes them off, and then he has no eyes.
He has no eyes,
So
but they're still in the glasses.
Yeah. So then
That's
she
real
phones
weird.
Hajime and goes,
It's real weird.
some weird shit's gone down. And then
Yes.
or he disappears because she gets grabbed by her dad and is getting sucked into the mirror.
That's right.
And then
Yep.
he comes in and just like kicks the dad in the face or something.
He
Breaking
does.
the
Yeah.
hold.
Yep. And pulling her out of the mirror.
Yeah. And then they start running for it because they find the whole town has turned.
They're literally
And
everywhere.
Yeah, so they end up in the old school.
Because why wouldn't you? Like, it's
Why
very
would-
important.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you go to the old school? It's constantly haunted and has all these random ghosts in it.
Yep.
It's like, and they make comment to that.
They do. I think, like, the thing is, of course, like, it sort of boils down to it's a mirror, right, in the old schoolhouse that's causing the problem. The mirror's Utsushimi. Somebody makes a sushi joke, I'm sure, at some point,
Probably.
because it sounds like sashimi. I
Yeah.
can't remember who it is, but it's really dumb.
Whole episode's pretty dumb. But then they meet Leo in the school. Somehow he
Yep.
got through the locked doors, but they're breaking down with a log.
Yep.
And he's like, "Oh, Eric, yeah, I'm cool. I'm okay. Everything's fine here. I'm not weird."
That's right. Okay.
And then he turns around and Hashmi says, I may not be able to read. I may be able to read, but not very well. But those letters are backwards."
That's
And
right.
then it zooms in, and it's not even letters. It's fucking number. He's got like
It's
2000.
2001,
Yeah,
because he's got it on his hat as well.
yeah. And he's like, "Oh, you found me out."
Yep. It's real dumb.
Yeah, and they also make reference like, "Oh, you had like at least two like major plot points. You should probably be looking at your book now."
That's right. She's like, "Oh, right." Straight into the bag, gets to the book.
No, it's at home.
Oh, no, wait. Sorry, that's another episode where they do almost exactly the same thing. It might be the next episode, actually.
That's possibly. And then, but the cat comes in for some reason.
Yep.
And
Deus Ex Machina.
yeah, brings in the book. Oh yeah, he gives a reason. It's like, "Oh, you ain't going down by these fuckers.
Yeah, that's my job.
That's my job.
I hate you. I hate you, and I want to kill you. So
Yeah.
here you go."
Yep. And he starts fighting off people. Over on my town. Nah.
Yep.
Don't like this. So they had to reflect something back into the mirror.
They use another mirror to reflect back into the mirror, like a pocket mirror. I think it's her mum's.
Yeah,
Um, oh, what do you call it? Compact mirror.
yeah. Um, it starts to glow too.
It does. Yep.
As she's about to get overwhelmed by all the mirror people,
Yep.
and then she goes all shiny and shoots the entire town with this green light by collecting the mirrors together. It's weird. It's a
It's
weird
yeah.
ending.
It's definitely weird. But yeah, because then at the end of it, like you've got her outside the school with Hajime, and him sort of like her saying, "Is like this is that was my mother's mirror. My dead mother."
Yeah.
Keeps making a point to make sure it's like my dead mother. It was her mirror because I think he says something like praise Sephora, the makeup company, for the mirror or something like that. It's it's a weird
Yeah.
reference.
And then one of the teachers comes to life and goes and has a panic attack because the two doors in the little school have been knocked down by them. What?
Yep.
And they're just standing there, and he's like, doesn't go, "Hey kids, you know what happened?" He's just like going, "No," and then they walk away.
Yep. I mean, as you would walk away.
Walk away whistling.
Yep. Yeah, Giles theme maybe.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it, right? Like
That's pretty much the end of that one. Yeah.
Oh,
We're at
what's your
through these now.
thoughts?
On that one? Suppose it could be a 5.
Okay. What reasoning?
For the 5? Just the blind stupidity, I don't know. It was fairly entertaining. Nothing highbrow, but
Yeah. I'm continuing on my trend with a 3.
one of the 3 in that one, yeah.
Yeah. Not sold. Not sold.
No.
Well, let's see if the last episode of the evening can help out with that. The next one, The Circuit Connects to Hell, Demon of the Underworld. What a title.
Oh, yeah, this is that one.
Yominet.
The Yominet, yeah.
The Yominet. This is one where I have literally watched the most recent and remember nothing of the intro.
I believe intro shows a computer screen and a pair of doors on the screen and a skull. I think that's all it was.
I was going to say, I don't remember it being long, so I guess it's just the Yominet thing that it shows you.
Yeah. I think.
So this one's in the computer lab at the start, right?
Yeah, that's right. They're in there. They're doing the computing stuff with the CRTs.
And
all the CRTs.
And Leo is trying to tell them of the idea of the Yominet.
Yeah. First he's trying to help Sasuke work her computer because she's obviously can't do it.
That's right, because that comes into play later.
Yeah, it's tips to come into play later. Yeah. And she thought she crushes the entire network.
Yes.
But then Leo then goes, "Oh, it's probably the Yominet."
And of course, nobody believes him that Yominet is a thing. But the idea is that Yominet is like, what is it, a gateway to the River of the Dead or something like that?
Yeah, to hell itself, I think.
Yeah. I think it's, I'm trying to remember the name of the river. I think it's Sanzu River in the underworld or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that might be what is called in this episode. Is it not the River Styx?
The River Styx is what it's called generally, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure in this they refer to it as the Sanzu River.
I think so.
Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, that's sort of the lead up to this episode is already that Yominet is a thing, and Leo seems to be aware of it, which is probably the first time he's ever been aware of an actual problem before it becomes a problem.
yeah. And no one else believes him. It's
Yep,
not
ironically.
in the mother's book either, because
No,
why would it be?
pre-internet and all that.
Yeah. So he goes on a quest to find it
He does, yeah.
for whatever reason to prove that they're all right, wrong.
But he's successful.
Yes, he is. He gets sucked into it.
Yep. But of course, I think this is one of the things I like the most about this episode, is the kind of stuff that comes from him being in it, but sort of also like not being super aware that he's in it.
Yeah, because they're meant to be going to some fast food place.
Yeah, they're going for lunch and they're going to meet at the train station, and
Yeah.
eventually we see that he's sort of hanging about at the train station. Cut to the rest of them who are just getting really pissed off at the fact that he's not there yet and they're hungry.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they call him, I think, first, and it's like, we've been here, we're hungry, why aren't you here? He's like, I've been here even longer, where are you? I can't see anyone. It's like, that's actually kind of interesting. I like that. As a horror element, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
And of course, then they kind of he kind of realize what is he sees the girl. He's like, oh, there's a girl. Maybe I should
Yeah.
follow her.
Yeah.
And then end communication.
Yeah. It's kind of weird because it's like, oh, I've got to go and find a phone. And then it was like,
Yeah.
Christian girl says, oh, I've got this mobile phone.
That's right.
Don't use all my minutes.
Yep. And I think it's at that point where they realize obviously something's wrong.
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember how they make the link. Yeah, because of the girl. And then they basically head to the computer lab where Leo successfully found the Yominet. I did remember that, in fact, there is a bit in this one where it shows the classic Windows shutdown screen of it's now safe to turn off your computer.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Which I thought was quite funny, because I do miss that screen sometimes.
Why?
Just for nostalgia's sake, more than anything else, really. I don't miss having to physically switch off my PC after I've shut it down in software. That's annoying. Like, I'm glad it can do that on its own now.
Yeah, it's been able to do that for at least, I don't know, 30 years.
20 years? No. My PC did that.
Yeah, maybe 20. 25?
I'm definitely going to say that was in Windows 95 and potentially even Windows 98 First Edition.
Maybe the first edition, yeah.
Maybe not second. Like, I think once we got to second edition, I think that maybe went away. But like because my first PC, I actually had to type in Windows on a command line, like to get it to boot into Windows. Like in just in that was weird in itself. I can't even remember what version of Windows it might have been. I think it might have been Windows 95. And then my next PC was Windows 98.
Illustrating.
And then XP.
XP.
Good shit.
ME.
I never had ME, sadly.
I never really had it either.
XP was the shit, though. XP was awesome.
XP did the stuff and didn't break.
I ran, I think, Windows XP until 2013.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's probably true.
I didn't have a PC that was worthwhile using with Windows 7.
I might have been on Linux by that time.
Because I think with Windows 7, like it was the first time, because did they not have like XP64 as well?
No,
I-
they weren't up to
are you sure?
64s.
I thought it did. I thought they released Windows XP64 towards the tail end. Yes.
Yeah.
Windows XP Professional X64 Edition came out in 2005, apparently.
When did Vista come out?
Vista. Oh, I'm going to say 2005. Or 2006 or something like that. I think it was that. That long ago, long after that. Oh shit! Actually, it was Oh no, sorry. 2006.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the missus had a Windows Vista laptop, and that is as close to Vista as I got, and it was atrocious. Because it was also a 32-bit version of Vista,
Oh.
so it was just awful. Yeah, but I remember when my first QA job, we worked we had Windows XP64 as one of the test systems to run on,
All right. Okay.
and early builds of Windows 7. So I think
Probably.
7 was 2008, 2009. Yeah, so it would be like early Windows 7 as well.
Yeah.
They remedied Windows Vista in 3 years.
Yeah. Well, Vista was a whole new starting block for them.
Oh, it was a total. It was a total roller coaster because XP was great, and then Vista was shockingly bad, and then 7 was great, and then 8 was very bad. 8.1 was good.
It was bad because it was very much like designed for everyone to have touchscreens.
Yes, which is what 8.1 fixed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then 10. I like 10. 10's good.
It's decent.
Yeah.
And they'll never leave 10 until they decide to leave 10.
I will never. I don't know if Microsoft will leave 10.
They claim they're not going to, but
No need to. I mean, Mac OS X has been running for, 20 years now?
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. They might need to.
Who knows?
Anyway,
slight tangent. All because of that shutdown screen.
Yes.
But they end up running back to the school. And of course,
the new school.
Leo,
not the old school.
The new school, not the old school, for once. And then Leo is following this girl, who he then catches up with, and she won't say anything. She just says nothing, and then points to, behind him, and then he's in the middle of a field. Because I think the whole thing with Yominet is you're not supposed to get lost, because if you get lost, that's how you end up in the queue for the boat at the river, or something like that.
Possibly, yeah. And then he gets chased by something in there, doesn't he?
That's the best bit. Is she's talking to him. She's looks at him dead in the face and says, "Hang on, I need to do something for a minute." And then just her head full on Linda Blair's from The Exorcist, and comes round and she's like a monster all of a sudden. And then she chases him through these fields for pretty much the rest of it. Although he does, at first he's making reference to all the people who are on the boat or getting ready to go onto the boat, because he remembers a name in the paper as an obituary and recognizes the picture and sees that person. So that's how he kind of pieces it together. But yeah, her doing the full on Linda Blair head right round is pretty funny.
Yeah. I was just
definitely made me chuckle.
Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah. And he runs through the field, and it kind of crumples below him, and he's at the river. Sanson. There's a big queue of people going on this boat.
Yeah. Oh, because there eventually, it turns out that there is a way to fix all this, and it's a talisman. I can't remember how they figure that out though, because it's a paper talisman. Is the way to stop all this.
Yeah. Is it the cat?
It could be. I don't. It's not coming to mind if I'm honest. But basically, they then need to figure out a way to get that paper talisman to Leo in Yominet, and Sasuke against, basically all her own skill set manages to figure out a plan by using the scanner
Yeah.
to scan in for him.
The 5 minutes tutorial that Leo gave at the start was like,
Yeah,
oh, we can use the scanner. That scans things in, and we can get that to him somehow. I was like, what? Okay.
it's pretty
And he just-
amazing though. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's the bit where she's given instructions. She's like, Momoko, go and do that. And then it's like, Hajime, just stand around. It's fine. She makes reference to the fact that he's doing literally nothing. But this is the one where Leo says, didn't we just do zombies in another episode?
Yeah.
That moment when he said that was the moment I realized that this is basically just if somebody not as talented as the Mystery Science Theater crew decided to do something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose they're just kind of working off of what they have.
I'm fine with that. I'm just saying they've made a choice. They've made a very a very obvious choice.
Yeah.
To go forward in this way.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. And of course, once she scans it in, it somehow just miraculously appears right in front of Leo in the Yominet. And all he has to say, what is it he says? It's lyrics to a song.
I think he gets told to say something about going home.
Show me that it's show me it's the lyrics from it's lyrics from a song called "Show Me the Way to Go Home," because he just goes, "Show me the way to go. I'm tired and I don't want to go to bed. I had a little drink about an hour ago," and then it just cuts. I'm sure it's something like that. It's just so stupid. It's just bizarre. Like, what?
Yeah.
Who decided that? It's like, yes, the lyrics to this song are perfect. Have it shout these.
Don't know.
Pretty sure there's a
Salsa came in the head.
Simpsons episode that references that song as well, but
Probably. Possibly
Yeah, I mean-
wasn't on at the time that they were writing the episode. It's like, oh, that'll fit.
I could have literally said anything at that point. It's like, I'm pretty sure the Simpsons has done insert thing, and that's probably true at this point.
Well, it has been going for what, 30 years?
32 years this year, 31 years.
Something stupid. Yeah. Jesus.
So that's how this episode. No, wait, the episode ends with them all on the steps, like going. It's like, I'm still hungry. This is your fault, Leo. I'm hungry. You're going to buy us lunch now. And then they go, we're all going to McBurger or something like that, and they all go, yeah. And Leo's buying. Is it? Wait,
Yeah.
couldn't we go to somewhere cheaper?
Yeah. Could they make another Jewish reference? Well,
Yep. They sure
it's
do.
like- Because I'm sure he goes like, "Why am I buying? You're Jewish," or something
Yep.
like that.
It's potentially some awful stereotype.
Yeah,
And that's pretty much the end of the episode, I think.
Yeah, that's it. He leaves the last words of the episode. It's like, wait, can't we go somewhere cheaper? And he runs to catch up with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. They're all pretty
Eh.
middle of the road.
They really are.
I mean, this is the reason why they went with this dub in English, because they realized that the actual anime was this shit.
What's your
No.
What's your score then?
Don't know. I think I'll peg it down to 4.
I think I might stay at 3.
Oof.
It has been a rough group of 4.
Yeah.
We have you giving the first episode a 3, me giving it a 4. Next episode was you giving it a 4, me giving it a 3. Next episode was you giving it a 5, me giving it a 3. This episode, you giving it a 4, me giving it a 3. So basically, I've given 3s pretty much. I think I've felt in a better place, clearly, with the previous episodes, because I've rated these a lot lower.
Yeah. I think you have high hopes for it, and then it's just fading away quickly.
You know what? I think you're right. I think a few of the intros and some of the stuff they were doing, it seemed at least interesting, and it just never paid off. Not even at all.
No. So next episode is going to be good. I think.
Has a great name. I won't spoil it.
I watched the intro at least.
Oh man,
I think.
I didn't get that far. I'll need to get on that.
But,
So I'll apologise now for everyone that the reason that we're doing this at this time of night on a Sunday is because I've been sick and I'm still sick, and I just couldn't face recording on Thursday. So
Yeah.
we can try and record on this Thursday, I think, though. That should be fine. I hopefully feel semi-human again.
You might do. Yeah, so I know I've been watching like the best of clips for the show
Yep.
on YouTube, and most of them have been already in all the clip
Oh,
shows.
that bodes
That-
well.
That doesn't bode well at all.
Have you accepted Jesus as your personal savior?
That's what, I want more of these, like,
Have you accepted Jesus as your personal savior?
Yeah,
more of those moments.
why did that sped up so much?
That's not even sped up. That's the way it is in the show.
I
Have you
know,
accepted
but
Jesus as your personal savior?
Because she talks 1 billion miles an hour in that first episode. We need, like, there's the other one. This is
Go
my,
home, you sillies!
that's still my favorite one.
Go home, you sillies!
I feel like there's not enough. There hasn't been enough. I need to try and get the BAM from the car episode, from the running episode isolated. Because that's pretty good.
there's another going by the clips. There's another one where they have a BAM.
Amazing.
Um,
Right. So we'll be back on Thursday, hopefully this time.
yeah,
I feel it. I feel it in my bones.
aye.
And we'll be doing episodes 9, 10, 11, and 12.
Ooh. Interesting, maybe.
Yep. This is these episodes. 9 was the last episode released in the year 2000. So after that, they've been coming out in 2001. So I wonder if there's an attitudinal shift. I mean, obviously not, but no, probably not.
I mean,
probably
do you like
not.
bunnies? There's
I don't even know if I want to know.
cute bunnies in the next episode.
Sigh.
Bad jokes in it as well. Anyway,
I mean, I've expected none less from this already, so.
you might be quite horrified from one of the sections.
Amazing. Oh
Right.
dear.
Anyway, that's been the Who's That Anime?
Episode 5?
Episode 5.
Damn.
Five?
We're on Apple
Oh.
Podcasts now.
Yeah.
Um,
And where else can you find us?
You can find us on a number of podcast networks. The easiest thing to do is look us up on anchor.fm, and you can find all the links to different podcatching software there. Although, also, you could just look us up in the search for whatever podcast software you're using, and you'll probably find us. I think they all use pretty much the same directories these days anyway. I think the only one we're not on yet is Overcast, potentially, but I'm not sure why. I haven't figured that out yet.
We're super popular, that's why.
I mean, potentially. It is that. I can feel it.
Too popular for Overcast.
Yeah, that's the tagline of this show. It's who's that
Yeah.
anime too popular for Overcast? We also have a Facebook page where you can. There's stuff sometimes I post in there. Normally it's just with the latest episode, but trying to post bits and pieces, and hopefully we'll keep you more up to date with when we'll be doing different things and what we'll be doing. Maybe take some polls on shows to watch after this. Who knows?
Still don't want to do Chargeman Ken.
I have another thought for that. We can talk about that again.
Okay.
But yes, I do want to do Chargeman Ken, but I think I have another purpose we can do that for.
Another purpose. Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
That can't be good. Right. I'll probably not be streaming any games this week itself. But yeah, should be back on Thursday.
But if you do want to watch any previous episodes of the Colin's game streams, they're at twitch.tv/couchfuel. These videos also go up there, so you're probably here right now if you're watching this. So
yeah, got a YouTube channel too.
Yep,
that's a lot of other stuff.
You can search for Couch Fuel on YouTube. You should be able to find it.
Yeah, because who would use that name? Good name. All right then. We'll see you guys next Thursday.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Bye.
Later. Bye.
Are you sure you're not gonna die?
Are you talking about the piano ghost? I told you I'm going to be fine. Why are you still crying?
Because these pajamas are gay.